here today. Hot, hot, hot. I've had to bring the fan in. I'm boiling up. Ironing it in a warm day. And the sun's not even out. It's just overcast and muggy, I think we call it. Let me get the chat, everything up. It's the bungalow of nature. It's the bungalow of nature now. That's what's happening. It's all kicking off in the bungalow. Tomorrow Saturday it might be kicking off. Might be kicking off tomorrow. Get my house all tidy just in case. It does kick off. Anyway, let me get the chat up. I better be a good girl tomorrow. You know what I'm like. Saturdays bring out the naughty in me. Oh, I'm at 34,000 now. Thank you everybody so much that have subscribed and liked my channel and everything. 34,000, never in my wildest dreams did I think I would get there. So thank you all very, 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 very much. Let me get live chat. There we go. We're cooking with gas. About if I get these oily. Hold on a minute, I'll give you a wee wipe down. Oh, I don't want these oily. There, that might be better. There. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yes, Edge of Elsa Mark. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I'm in the hot, steamy kitchen. Thinking about tomorrow. Look, it's the bungalow of nature. Now, it's the bungalow of love. Well, it's still kind of the bungalow of love, but it's also the bungalow of nature because I've got bees under my back door. I've got bees, big fat bees, and my bird box that I've got in my bedroom window that I thought would be for the wee birds. The big fat pigeons are squashing themselves in there. It's so cute. I'm not going to show them. If they want fed, then they can get fed. So there you are. This morning I was sitting in the... Picture the scene, right? Picture the scene. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. All is quiet in the neighbourhood. The dogs are sound asleep. I'm just up getting ready for my day. I sit in the living room and all I hear is... And I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, that's something chapping. Something's chapping. What the hell's chapping at this time in the morning? Right, so there I am, hunting the house. Even Poppy spooked me. And it was a big fat pigeon that was in the bird box. I was like, oh look, there's a big fat pigeon. So there you are. Oh, well, this is a ASMR, Edge of ASMR. Yes, they're all welcome, apart from wasps. Wasps can do one. What happened to the wasps that were masquerading as bees a couple of years ago? I get the guy out. Remember, 50 quid, the guy was out for 2 seconds. But then again, I wouldn't have liked to have thought, me getting rid of a wasp's nest in my bird box, that would have been disastrous. I'd have been covered. I'd have been like one of the guys that are covered in bees, but only it'd be jaggy wasps stinging the hell out of me. That's what would have happened. A lot of screaming and running and falling over on the bad leg and the metal rod poking out the socket of my leg. And oh, see, I can visualise it all. It wouldn't be good. Right, let's get into the ironing. I've got a full basket. I've done, as you can see, I've done a bit anyway, but it's hot, hot, hot in here. Let me get my orange juice open. The toasty maker, I know. Ashley, good morning to you. Good morning. Here, remember the toaster went on fire and all. It's okay. I've not got a good track record with electrical stuff. Even though I took electronics when I was in college, I never electrocuted myself. Oh dear, in college. However, I have electrocuted myself in this house with my extension cord. One Saturday morning getting ready for my makeup video and the extension cord wasn't working right. So I gets the wire out and I'm fixing the wire, putting the wire in, blah, blah, blah. And I thought I had the socket off and I didn't, and I squashed one of the wires like that. Burnt my fingers. Burnt my fingers, like out a scream. This was like 2 in the morning on a Saturday, but other noises have been heard about that time in the morning coming for the bungalow. Do you want to see Jason's Edge of ASMR? Have you seen what I've done to Jason? Jason's Jason's looking a bit worse for wear. Wait, I'll show you poor Jason over there. Look what's happened. I've wore him down to the quick. Look, he's a fraction of the size he was. Look at that. Good morning, lovely Stuart. Good morning. Look at him, poor Jason in the corner, eh? Eh, that's what a wee Scottish woman can do to him. Wear him down. I'm even taller than him now. But look, the man's still got a smile on his face, so that says something. He's even smaller than me, Edge of ASMR. I've wore him right down. His legs don't work anymore. Got that effect. Right, where's my squishy squish? Where did my squishy go? Where the hell's the squishy went to? I want to hunt for my squishy. Where's my squishy thing? What the hell? How can things vanish round about me when I'm just sitting here? What the hell? Where's the squishy gun gone? Right, it must be under here. Is it under there? Is it behind there? It is. It's behind me. Hold on a minute. It's behind me. It's behind you, the squishy gun. So I'm using this, my iron today. Tesco's iron and mortar. M&P, good morning. Anna, good morning to you. Oh, he's against Amber. He doesn't like, don't you not, Jason? No. See, Jason's got a bit of a Scottish accent now. Haven't you, Jason? I have. See, he's dead good with Scottish now. Oh dear. Anyway, let me get on with this because I need to get this done. Because I've no clothes left, to be quite honest. I've no clothes because they've got a basket in. Anyway, I want some nice new bedding for my bed. Because you never know what happens on a Saturday. Sky, my beautiful Sky. Sky, how are you today? Oh my goodness, bless your heart, Sky. Is that not the most beautiful thing that you'll ever see today? Sky, that is so kind of you doing that. If only there was more young people like you in this world. Round about my area, it's wee Ned's trying to steal off the wee grannies and stuff like that. That's what happens round my neck of the woods. Wee grannies have got to hold on to their bloody purse in my neck of the woods. I'm a wee granny, what am I talking about? I'm a wee granny. I forgot that, I'm a wee granny, but look, I'm a wily granny, let me put it that way. Wee grannies I was talking about, and here I'm sitting one. I'm sitting a wee granny after all. He got his jaggies yesterday, guys. I never seen him, but I had collected a prescription for Amanda, and me and Sophie went down, and he fell asleep, the wee fella, and he was going in his sleep. What a shame. I know Ashley. No, he actually does. He's had a kill on Ashley. Where would I find it? On my Facebook somewhere. See, when I first got Jason, I had him in the shower. Remember, first of all, he was in my bed, right, and I've got a picture of that. And then I had him in my shower with a wee towel, you know, like a draping him. And then I had my wee kilty thing on him as well. So he's had a kilt on. I've had a kilt on him. He looks good in it. Let me see. He looks good out it as well. Oh, that was funny, that. In fact, see, when Seth Green was in here, the electricity guy, it looked like Seth Green, and I was like, just never mind Jason there in the corner. I didn't even tell him the story of why Jason was in the corner. Like, you know, it's an everyday item in people's houses. I just says, there's Jason over watching you. Green Rose, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness, Sky, that's so cute. Isn't that a wonderful thing to do? And I know you're doing it for selfish reasons, but that will come back to you ×3. They say good deeds will come back to you, my Sky. But that's lovely. If more people were like that, it would be a great world, wouldn't it? See if I hear tapping. I'm going to take you through and show you the big fat pigeons squeezing into that wee box. What's that noise? Oh, God knows. A car or something. What the hell is that noise? Is that my fridge? My fridge is going to go in the blink. It's making a funny noise. That's all I need. A fridge. Although I've had that fridge for a long time, do you know what I mean? I could be doing with a new fridge. But see, if it goes on the blink, I need to get a bloody fridge. You can't not have a fridge. I know it's roasting in here, see, because I've got the iron going and stuff like that. But the sun's not out, but it's dead muggy outside. You know, it's cloudy and it's warm. So I've got to have the fan on, fanning me today while I'm doing my ironing. Yes. I'm sure I had something else to talk to you about, and I can't even remember. I put a picture of the big fat bees on my Facebook so you can see them. I hope they don't attack the dogs, though. I don't think they will. Sophie says they won't attack the dogs. If the dogs were digging at their nest, they would attack them, but the dogs are just out sniffing about the garden and stuff like that. So hopefully they don't get anything like that. I wouldn't kill the bees. Yes, wasps still get killed. And even spiders. I love spiders as well. I was telling Sophie, I remember one night, it was round about October time, and you get these spiders that have got the tiny wee bodies like that and the big legs, right? And I was lying sleeping in my bed, and I woke up and I could feel something doing that, and I knew right away what it was. It was a wee spider, and I just picked it up in my hand like that and put it on my bedroom wall and went back to sleep. Sophie's like, no! I couldn't do that with a bee or a wasp. I'm trying my hardest with the bees, though. Trying my hardest with the bees. Oh, I watched a film this morning as well. It was a good film. Girl Interrupted. Oh, it's quite a heavy film. Is that the word for it? It's dark film. It's quite a dark film. It's got Winona Ryder and Angelina Jolie in it, and Brittany Murphy. Remember her? What a shame for her. Do you know? I even looked up what age she passed away at 32. Brittany Murphy. What a shame. But it's a really good film if you're looking for one. But it is quite a dark film. It's a good film. I mean, it really was a good film. But it was wee shame, do you know what I mean? Especially since, do you know, my memories go back to my Sophie when she was in the Priory. And although Sophie was in over her own free will, there was some girls that were in there that were sectioned. And there was some girls in there that didn't want help with their eating disorder. And they had to get the restraint chair and stuff like that. So poor Sophie used to listen to like screaming before she went to her bed at night and stuff. So watching that film, it kind of brought back what Sophie must have had to have went through while she was in that hospital. But it's a good film. And I'm not really a fan of Angelina Jolie because she stole Brad Pitt for Jennifer Aniston. But there you are, I thought it was a good film, I did. And she was good in it as well, I can't say she wasn't. Whereas Amber Heard can't act to save herself. Oh, I was teaching the wee fella a song. Right, I'm going to teach you this song, right, and it's a good Scottish. I don't know if it's just Glaswegian or if it's the whole of Scotland that sing this, right? But this is right because his wee foot was on me, and I had his wee foot, and I was making his foot kick me, and I was singing, "Oh, ye canny shove your granny off a bus. No, ye canny shove your granny off a bus. No, you can't shove your granny, 'cause she's your mammy's mammy. You can't shove your granny off a bus. No, you don't." There you go, that's a wee song for you. Do you know, and I think it was Sophie went like that, do you know something? I think somebody has shoved their granny off the bus. I was like, well, as long as Xander doesn't throw me off, I would let him anyway. Do you want me to throw me off the bus, son? Just you do it. So there you go, you can't shove your granny off a bus. It's a great wee song. So now you can sing that. Oh yes, guys. Some older people get dead lonely. They do get dead lonely. My God, I was feeling. See, when we had lockdown, I was feeling a bit lonely. Truth be told, God, see if it wasn't for yous and my children, I don't know what I would have done. And Skype, thank God for Skype, because I was missing like going up my swimming and just seeing people and saying good morning and how was your weekend and just chit chat, just normal chit chat. But some poor people maybe not see MD at all for weeks. So it's a wee shame. But it's a beautiful thing you're doing, Sky, and I'm so happy that you're doing that. What a beautiful thing to do. Just shows you the beautiful people come to this chat. Yes, I know some of their stories are awesome. Old people, their stories are awesome. I used to love listening to my granny telling me about Canada. This was back in the day that nobody really went abroad, right? Because nobody could afford it. Nobody could see if somebody went to Spain. Oh, that was the toffee nose people, right? In their scheme, nobody really went abroad or anything like that. But my granny used to tell me about Canada, and it was like a magical place. It's like this magical place. And do you know what I can always remember as well? This would be frowned upon these days, but back in the 70s, this was all right. I used to be sleeping in the bed with her, right? But she used to be sitting smoking while I was sitting next to her. Because I used to watch her cigarette glow while she was telling me the stories, and I thought that was magical too. That was before we knew the dangers, you see. And she used to tell me about like the old homestead and stuff like that, and it was always a great thing. And do you know we used to watch Come Dancing? Oh, I used to love that, the cha-cha and stuff, and all the beautiful ball grounds and oh, lovely. I changed days now, eh? I was smoking a cigarette and I'm lying next to her. Ah, the good old days. That's what they used to do. Oh, that's a shame, Green Rose, isn't it? How could you dump? I mean, I couldn't dump Andy. I couldn't just dump Andy in a home and just go bye bye. Bye bye. I hope my kids never do that to me. Bye. We've had enough of you, Mum. Many chances have we gave you, lady. No, don't dump me in a home. We've given you enough chances, Mum. You've been dicing me all this time. We've warned you. Oh. Saying that, I would get on. I would get on. I just got see if I was in a home, I would just get on with it, the same way that I've done when I was dumped in hospitals. I just got on with it. Took up cross stitching. Sitting cross stitch my wee heart out. So I'm wondering what other nature thing will come to the bungalow. I've got bees and I've got big fat pigeons now squashing in the box in the back. So that's good. But that was hilarious this morning. I thought somebody was tapping at my window. Bigfoot, is that you? Is that you, Bigfoot? My kids totally don't believe in Bigfoot, but I'm still a bit. It might be. It might be true. It could be true, you know. You never know. There could be a Bigfoot out there. Because people are saying Bigfoot and aliens are one and the same. That Bigfoot are aliens, people are saying. I don't know what you think about that, but my kids are like, Mum. I'm like, well, one of these days, see if a Bigfoot comes walking down that path, and then I remember where I stay and think, it'd be poked to death with a stick and stoned by the time it got to my house, so I'm alright. The young team would have it. Here, mate, you hairy big thing, you're getting it. Let's get it, lads. Get your sticks. Get your poking devices. That's what they do. That's what, especially boys, and I'm not just being sexist and that, but boys love that game. Poking things with sticks, poos and all that. My brother used to do it. My brother used to do stuff, and I tell you this horrible thing, right? This just shows you. He's changed now. My brother's not done this since we were kids. Hi, Sherry. Good morning to you. Thank you for coming in. Do you know what he used to do? Right, this is what he used to do. He used to pee in an old, like, tin of beans or something that was out the back, right? A tin of beans. He'd pee, the empty tin of me, I'd pee in it, right? He'd pee in it. And then he would get some dog poo and he'd put dog poo in it. And then he would get some water that's been, like, hanging about, green water off of, I don't know, railings or something like that. Put that in it. A wee bit of mouldy bread for the bins, put that in it. Stir it all up with a stick and then try and get me with it. Try and get me with this concoction on a stick. Clatty. Clatty. That's a good Scottish word as well. Clatty. Mom is doing it again. James. They'd be like, you're grassed on me. Don't try and get me with dog poo, brother. See, even now when I talk to him about that, he's going, I can't remember that, sister. And I'm going, well, I can remember it. It's quite convenient, isn't it, that you've forgotten about that. Now that we're older and I've got dogs, eh? Kevin, good morning to you. I'm very good. Thank you very much. Hot though in this kitchen with the iron going. Hot, hot, hot. Hot stuff coming through. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. Open-minded, good morning. I'm going to show you what I ordered from Amazon this morning. Now, I know I'm going to be judged. I know you'll be judging me because it's June. We're just going into July. I've got a plan though. I've got a cunning plan. That's what I've got. I'm going to show you what I've got. I've got a cunning plan. Yes, big open-minded. See how my bird box is in my bedroom window that I got for the wee birds? The big fat pigeons are squashing in there. I'm not bothered. I quite like that. Right, wait till I show you. Wait till I show you. Right, okay. This is what I've bought this morning. I've got a project I'm going to do, right? So I've bought the Grinch. It's like a wee pillow kind of thing, right? I've bought him. I've bought red and white cord. I've bought red ribbon. And I've got lime green ribbon. Is that all I've got? And I got my flavouring yesterday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lime green ribbon and I'm going to make kind of bows and stuff like that and drapes it all around my fireplace. And I'm going to put red bows all over it and wind the cord around it as well. I'm putting the Grinch's face right in the middle of the fireplace. So it's a fireplace thing that I'm going to be doing. Christmas. Look, I can't help myself. I love it. I know. I won't be putting it out until Christmas, but it's going to be a nice wee project for me to do. I can see what it's going to look like in my brain now, and it's going to look awesome. I showed Peter and he went, that's a Halloween decoration. I says, the Grinch isn't. The Grinch is a Christmas decoration. It's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. And I'm going to I've got lots of red baubles and stuff like that up the loft. So I've got lots of red baubles and I'm going to put all over it as well. And lights. It's going to be beautiful. I can see it in my mind now. So that's what I was doing. Christmas stuff. Pip, my lovely Pip. Good morning, Pip. Good morning. How's Freddie? Pip, wait till I tell you what happened to us during the week. It was our wee fella's Jags on Wednesday, right? So, you know what it's like, Pip, getting ready and getting the kid ready, and you've got to give him Calpol before this Jag because it's a live Jag or something. Go for good morning, good morning. It's a live virus that they give him the third Jag or something, right? So anyway, we do that, we give him his stuff and we get him ready, away we go down to the health centre. There was no car parking, so I just dropped him off and I went to another car park and just waited on them texting me. So here, no sooner had I dropped him off, Amanda sent me a text. They said his appointment was yesterday, but in her book it was for Wednesday. So I was like, oh my God. I said, so they're going to give him it? No, they can't. So we drugged him up with Calpol for nothing, right? So we went to B&M's and he was lying sleeping put in his pram and I was going, he's absolutely blazing. Like, look at me, so he's not blazing, so he is not Calpol. So they said that there'd be no harm giving him the Calpol. Because we were like, oh my God, we've given him Calpol too and he's not got his jags. So they came down to the house yesterday and gave him his jags. So I was dropping off Amanda's prescription and Sophie ran up and he was lying on top of his daddy sleeping, but he was going like that. Wee shame. Pip, remember I done that? It was a gas inspection or something like that. Has he found his voice? Oh, see, that's it, Pip. That's it. And you're always like, I can't wait until the child can say mum. But see, when they can say mum, that's all you hear. Mum, mum, and no, no. That's what you hear of them. Ah. So there you are. But it wasn't our fault because it was the health visitor or midwife or whoever the hell it was had marked down the wrong day in his wee book. But it was a laugh. I was going about the shop and he was lying sleeping and I was going, he's absolutely, he's not, look. he's not in that Calpol. They did assure us he'd be fine though. Because we're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We've gave him it. He's told us to give him it before his jacks. So that's him had it anyway. Wee shame. But they've got to get it. They've got to get it. Pip, what a laugh. Because he's slept the whole way through B&M's. he was out. I was like, he's absolutely out. He's not out. He's not. See if anybody would have heard me, they'd have been like, oh, what do you make of they two? See if they'd have said anything to me though, I'd have been like, mind your business. Mind your business, Nosy Parker. Wished your mouth. That's a good, see, I'm learning these on a Scottish this morning. Wished your mouth. That's a good one. See if somebody's annoying you, just go, wished your mouth. Wished. Although, don't do it to someone if he's having a drink, because wished your mouth, you might end up in a confrontation. Yeah, green rose. I can't remember, but I can remember when I was a wee girl and you had to get antibiotics and it was like the yellow medicine. I remember loving that. See if I was to get that, I was like, oh great, we're getting that. Because we never get much sweeties or anything. See, when I was a wee girl many, many moons ago, you never got like sweeties every day. See if your mum and dad were in a shop getting their cigarettes or that. They wouldn't get you a sweetie. You would get a sweetie maybe once in a while, and then at your birthday or Christmas you would get sweeties. That's how in Christmas it was a big deal getting all these sweeties, because we didn't just get sweeties for nothing, because nobody had the money back then for stuff like that. You know, we were all, but you know something, where I grew up, nobody had anything that anybody else. We all had the same kind of things in our house. Nobody felt as if they were better than MD, and there was none of this, look what I've got in my house. There was none of that going on. Everybody just got on with it and just... And do you know something that was good? Because neighbourhoods, people used, like Sky, beautiful Sky, doing that. You know, there'd be people chatting your door, do you need anything? I'm going to get milk or stuff like that. But see the wee street I'm in now, you know, it's kind of the same atmosphere. In the winter, the guy that's a few doors down, he'll go down there and scrape the paths and stuff like that. So it's a nice wee area I'm in. It's a lovely feeling to have nice neighbours, not like the neighbours of past that were a-holes. That incidentally I did see. Made my life hell, so they did be ones. Oh, it should faint when needles. See, some people, I'm just about faint when I see a wasp. See, it's a phobia, I suppose, open-minded. Yeah, that's what it was like. But nobody, they didn't even lock their doors. They didn't even lock the doors. It's different. It's different now. It's different now. And see if there was like a predator, a child predator. You know what I'm talking about in the street. The men would deal with it. The police wouldn't need to deal with it because the men would deal with that situation. The men would go out and deal with that, if you know what I'm talking about. That's what would happen back in the day. They would all go out. So, yeah, that was back in the olden days when it was black and white. And we had a thing coming round called the rag and bone man. Pip, did you get that in England? The rag and bone man. This is sure my age, right? It'd be a guy on a horse. A horse and a cart, right? The guy had a horse and a cart. And he'd shout, any old iron or something like that, any rags like that. And he'd ring a bell or something like that, I can't mind. And you would take down like old clothes or a broken radio or things like that to the rag and bone man. And he would give you a balloon. That's what you'd get, a balloon. And I remember, I think it was my ex-husband. This is back in the day that men had one suit and one suit only. And that one suit would be for weddings or funerals. Right, that's what it would be. They'd have one suit. And I don't know if it was my ex-husband or his brothers that took down the father-in-law's good suit to the rag and bone man and came up the stair with a balloon. I think his mum had to go and chase the guy down. That's his good suit. Give me that. There's your balloon back. 3-piece suit for a balloon. The geezer in the van. See, back in my day, it was like a guy on a horse and cart. That's how old I am. Look. I'm a wee granny, that's what I am. I'm a wee granny. We used to get that round the door. Changed the days. It was a much simpler life back then. You know, there was no social media, or the women would get all their gossip for like the shops. My mum owned a twin tub washing machine that had the washing compartment and the spinner. Or she had what do you call it? A mangle, I think they call it. It's like a wringer that they would put on the sink and you would put your clothes through it. And then in your kitchen you would have a pulley that would come down and you would put all your clothes over the pulley and then you would pull it all up like that and wrap it up, and that's how your clothes would dry. And my mum and dad, the chip pan going and stuff like that, the chip pan was going. I often think to myself, I wonder if the clothes smelled like chip fat. Because there was a lot of cooking going on in that kitchen, do you know what I mean? They were clean anyway, and we all had the same thing, so our nose, we must have went nose blind to that. We must have went nose blind to the chip fat. And it wasn't oil, it was lard. Your chips were done in, and by God, they were tasty. They were tasty, tasty, tasty chips. Do you know who else does that? The Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas. I'd like to go there. But see, if you don't eat your burger, they spank you. If you don't eat all of your burger, you get spanked in the Heart Attack Grill. I'm no one to spanking. I'll sit and don't even attempt to spank me with a paddle. I think some guys just go in for that experience. Do folks get a set of dishes or towels in their laundry soap? I don't know what you mean in the laundry soap. I can't even remember open-minded. I can't even remember. I can't remember what kind of soap it was or anything like that. But when you've done a washing, it wasn't the case of just shoving stuff in the washing machine and away you go and come back, it's done, and then bang it in the tumble dryer. You know, it was an all-day thing. And before that, it was like the Steamies that my granny used to go down to. That's how the woman had muscles. She used to arm wrestle, I've said to you, for money and stuff like that, my wee granny. And, you know, they used to go down to the Steamy to do all their washing. And that's where the women caught up on all the gossip. There was no Facebook back then, but the Steamy you would have it all. You'd have it all. And see if women weren't out like washing their clothes or their stairs in the morning, people say her house must be filthy. She's not been out washing her stair. You know, it was all about that. They didn't have much, but what they did have, the you know, tried to keep nice. So we're very lucky to have all the mod cons that we've actually got. Hoovers, for instance, vacuum cleaners. We had a sweeper. We had a sweeper that you sweep like that, and then there was two wee hatches underneath it that you would open, and the dirt would come out, and then you do it, and then sweep it again, like that. There was no, we never had a Hoover, and there was no microwaves, and just shows you I'm as old as the Ark. Seeing I think of the stuff, I'm like, by God, am I old? When did this happen? When did I get this old? I don't bother. At least I've got these stories that I can tell you what it was like back in the olden days and stuff. But the gentlemen were always very, very nicely dressed. Do you know what I mean? They always used to be very nicely dressed, especially the older gentlemen that were like maybe war veterans and stuff. And they would have wee suits on with a wee handkerchief and the pocket watch and all of that. You know, they never had their pants hanging out the back of their trousers. So it was, I'd kind of like to get back to the days. I think that would be nice. Maybe I'm just too old now. Oh, it's warm, I'll tell you. I'm struggling. I've still got like a full basket, really, of clothes to do. At least I've got ice lollies. So they'll be getting it. And I got my flavouring yesterday, so I've got a nice fresh bottle of flavouring. I've still got half a bottle of the what do you call it, the vanilla vodka. I just put it in. I've got, see when I get to about that left in a vodka bottle, I'll order another bottle, and see this, I'll put it in another bottle. It's just what I do. So that other bottle's got about that much in it. So it's got a mix of Smirnoff and vanilla. But I'll have a nice fresh bottle tomorrow. Margaret, good morning, my beautiful Margaret. Oh, Margaret, you brighten up my day. Margaret, I've got bees and I've got big fat pigeons squeezing into the bird box in my bedroom. It's the bungalow of nature. Well, here's hoping it's going to be the bungalow of nature tomorrow night or something. I've come off the Facebook dating again, guys. I've had enough. I've had enough of it. It's just I can't be doing it. Do you like to watch people doing stuff to themselves? No, really, pal. I don't. No, really. I was asking you how the weather was. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up. And then, wait, I got an email for somebody. Right, this was this. Wait, right, I'd have had more respect if the person would have says, I've got a wee fetish, by the way, any chance of sending me some pictures of your feet. I'd have had more respect, but I get this big, long email for this guy saying, I'm an artist, by the way, I'm an artist. And would you, by any chance, like to send me pictures of your feeties, right? Because I like to do art with feeties, and I've seen you done a video before with your feeties, which is a lie, right? Beautiful feeties. Could you send me some pictures of your feeties or feet, right? And it'll be for private use for me only. I will not share your feeties with anybody. I was like, no, I didn't even respond to it. I was just like that to my daughters. Look at this. And she just came right out and says, look, I've got a mad fetish with feet, by the way. Do you want to send me some pictures? And I went, well, at least you're honest, pal. No. Yes, open-minded, I did try it again, but it's a bloody joke is what it is. And then I had another guy that had a picture of my town centre, right? And I was like, oh, that's somebody that stays close to me. Hello? Give them the whole spiel. I'm 50 and I've got 3 grown-up kids, blah, 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 blah. And he said to me, I stay in this part of the town. I'm actually married though, and I'm just looking for a wee bit on the side if you're into it. And I wrote, absolutely not. And if I knew your wife, I'd tell her. That I can't be doing it. I've had enough. There's only so much I can handle. So I've deleted the bloody thing again. And anyway, I'm always like, am I good enough? Never mind, are they good enough for me? I should be thinking, are they good enough for me? Not the other way about. So there you are. Open-minded, see the stuff that I get, honestly, I mean, we have a laugh about it. We do have a laugh about it, but some of the stuff I get, you're like, what the hell? No. I don't want to send you a picture of my feeties. Definitely not. For your personal use. I've heard that before. Oh, God almighty. Do you know what I should have done? I should have Googled a picture of guy's hairy feet online and sent, no bother, here you go. Here you go, here's a picture of my feeties here, here's a picture of my feeties, and sent him a picture of a man's big feet, hairy toes. For Scotland, open-minded, from round about my neck of the woods. Caroline, good morning to you. Good morning. Not from my neck of the wood because I've got it so many miles. So I've got like 25, 30 mile or something like that. You know what I mean? I want somebody local. So it's all Scottish guys. It's all Scottish guys. I should have done that though. I should have got a picture of some guy's big hairy feet and sent that to the feet guy. No bother, pal. Here's my feeties right here. That'll be £100, by the way. How much do you pay for a picture of my feeties then, eh? How much? £100 and I'll send you it. £100 I'll send you the pictures. Send them that. What? You wanted my feeties? That's my feeties. No. Yeah, leave it in God's hands. I'll leave it up to God, I know. I know. But just, I can't, look, I can't be annoyed, but it really, it's annoying me now. So I thought, see, rather than get annoyed, I'm just deleting the bloody thing. So I just deleted it. And catfish and there's enough, listen, see if you go on the Facebook dating and stuff, there's a lot of people that's grannies in hospital, by the way. You need to watch for that. A lot of people have got grannies that are in hospital that need an emergency life-saving operation that costs about £2,000. But don't worry, because the person that you're talking to gets paid next week and they'll give you the money right back. I know. Yes, green rose. I should have done that. See, this is what I've got wrong with me. See, if I'm having an argument with somebody as well, I won't think anything good at the time. See, after it, I'm going, I should have bloody said that. What did I not say that from? What did I not say that? See, the new, I should have went, listen, I charge, by the way, I've charged, and I'll give you feeties pictures. Do you want some feet? Right, I'll send them to you. And send some beauties. I should have done that for a laugh. What? You wanted my feeties? Try me that. Are you feety prejudiced? Is that what it is? Don't be prejudiced with my feeties. don't, that's my feet. You trying to slag my feet for? uh, and the beer guy, that was last Saturday, open-minded, at 6 o'clock in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning. He said to me, I'm out my face in LSD, right? And I was like, well, each to their own. He says, I'll feel terrible about it later. I says, don't beat yourself up about it, pal. Don't beat yourself up. He said, see, if I lived close to you, I could bring you on. You could have some LSD and grass. I was like, no, you're all right. It's a wee bit early for that, is it not? It's a wee bit early. But thanks for the offer anyway. I've never took LSD in my life, and I'm not about to take LSD. I'd be the one, and as I said, I'd be the one that would freak out. And even me just thinking that, me and Amanda were talking about it, and I'd be like, I'm going to freak out, I'm going to freak out, I'm going to freak out, I'm going to freak out. And I'd freak out. I'd be the one freaking out. So, no, I'm not into that. That's no my kind of party. Although the guy must have been having a right party. At 6 o'clock in the morning, he was still on it. And beer, he was offering, I don't drink beer either, so get your beer. That was going to be my Saturday last Saturday. I know, Carlin, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. That I don't see how they don't see the warning signs, the red flags that everybody else sees. And there's not just one woman that's happened to. There's been lots of women that's happened to. That the Shirley Valentine thing, went on holiday, and the waiter has been like, I've always waited for a mature lady like yourself, and you're my dream come true, and I would marry you in a minute. Oh, kind of let me up the petrol station, but see, by the time I got down the road, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that there. He must have been hallucinating, open-minded, because I think that's what LSD does to you, doesn't it? I mean, I don't know. I've never took it myself, but I think it's a hallucinogenic thing. I don't want it anyway. And you know what I mean? I really don't. That's no party to me. That's a nightmare. 6 in the morning. And it just shows you, even at my age, I'm getting firsts. There's first times for things. That's the first that ever happened to me. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? So I'm doing 2 videos in the morning, but I'm only putting my makeup video up in the morning. But I'm going to do a video with the wee sausage dog that makes the cool sounds. And I'll schedule that for like Wednesday or something like that, so you've got something to watch during the week. I know, open-minded, I had the guy that was like, do you like to watch people doing stuff to themselves? I was like, no, really, pal. Because see, if I'd have said, aye, I like that, it would have been imminent D-pic in my inbox. It'd have been the quickest D-pic ever. I'm not wanting that. I don't know a lady that does. I don't know a lady that does go, do you know what I love, by the way? See all these D-pics that come into my inbox? I love it. I love just looking at the D-pics. I don't know anybody that said, oh, I like that. Nobody. And I'm pretty sure we all tell the men, look, that's no what women want. They don't want that. I don't know what... Guys obviously love just sending it. It must be just the guys love sending. Sorry to my Stuart and my Edge of ASMR if they're in the chat. Not all guys, I must add. I've been, look, my Facebook profile was for everyone. I was like a kid in a sweet shop. I could choose whatever I wanted, but still no joy. And then 20-year-olds, that is icky as F to me. I'm a 50-year-old woman. There's absolutely no way. The funny one was Amanda with the guy that sent her the slimy D-pic. That my mind was on boggling with that one. I was going to slimy? She said, aye, mum. A slimy one. I was going, and I was driving her home, and the whole time I'm thinking, how is it a slimy D-pic? Slimy? Like that. And I was like, I says, listen, Hen, I says, you're going to need to show me that. My mind's, I need to see it now. I need to see it. So she went, right, okay. So she stopped. And it was, I don't know. And Amanda said to the guy, here, pal, I wouldn't be boasting about that. He says, well, he says, I was driving my van at the time, going along the motorway. I was like, I was horrified at that. I was like, some guy is driving about the motorways of Scotland doing 70 mile an hour and has to whap it out because he's got an emergency D-pick to send someone. And then I thought to myself, no woman, I really don't think any woman has been going along the motorway at 70 mile an hour and thought, do you know what? I'm going to need to whap my boob out here. I'm going to need to whap my boob out and send an emergency boob pick to a stranger. What the hell's that about? Driving his car and he's got to whap him. I don't know. I says to Amanda, I think that boy needs antibiotics. Antibiotics, guys, was needed. Oh, see, why did they think we would like that open-minded? Yes, isn't it, Green Rose? Nobody wants that kind of thing. Do you know what it is? It's modern day flashing. That's what it is. Back in my day, they would need to wear the trench coat and hide in bushes. You know, come out and give it a wee flash like that. Nowadays, they just send you it in your inbox. That's what you get. So it's modern day flashing, really. That's what it is. But I've never known MD to have an emergency like that on a motorway driving 70 mile an hour. You know, putting others at risk on the motorway. I kind of hoped that he'd been in the middle of doing that and the police would catch him. And he would not only get done for using his phone, but for indecent exposure. Also slap that on him as well. Slap that on him. I just think, no, you can't make stuff like this up. You cannot make it up. That is very disrespectful. I don't want to see it. I really don't want. Listen, unless it was like Johnny Depp or something like that, but I feel as if I know him. See if it was Johnny Depp or Aquaman, I'd be like, oh, I send a wee one this way then, Aquaman. Send a wee D-pic in my inbox. Why don't you? Oh, it's for my eyes only. But no. I want a normal relationship. Just a normal relationship. You know, one that we can go to the pictures and maybe go picnic or visit some castles or you know, take the dogs out a W together or just picnics. Nothing too fancy. I'm not really a like wine and dine kind of gal. I'd like a picnic somewhere. I like nature, you know that. I like stuff like that. That's more my scene. That's what I would like. Something normal. Is it too much to ask for just something normal, for God's sake? I'm going to go out and shout in my street. Is there anybody that wants me? No, I might get locked up. It might be like this. We've known about her at the end for a while. We need to intervene. It's an intervention with her. Yes, they get their jollies by just sending the picture. That's what they get. They get their jollies by just sending the picture. Yes, this is like Green Rose. I don't know many I've had. I'm probably going into the hundreds. But I think that's probably every ASMR artist gets that, you know. People get carried away with themselves and send me stuff like that. But I'm quite good at noticing, like, there's a no way, shape or form that I'm saying all Indian men are like this, right? No way am I saying that. But there is a lot of Indian men that I've had that come on saying hello dear. That's it for me. I'll block that now. See, as soon as hello dear comes out their mouth, they get blocked. Hello dear, now, alright, how's it going and that? I'm really busy and stuff like that. Have a lovely day. And then he'll send a picture of a rose and then I'll be like, ignore it. And then he'll send a picture of a box of chocolates, the roses round it, and I'll ignore that. And then he'll send a love heart flashing like that with roses on it. And then after that is the D-pic. So see, as soon as hello dear comes out their mouth now, I'll let block. Yes, open-minded, just something nice like that. I'm not after money. I'm not after Andy's money or anything like that. I'm not after that. It's not what I'm after. Just a normal you know, relationship, going nice places, to the beach, you know, do my castles, going to my castles, things like that. Sitting watching a movie at night, talking all night long about things happening in the world, just stuff like that. Just not just the normal things. The more you're on the Facebook dating, I'm like, is it me that's no normal and everybody here is completely normal? Because it's guys in their 60s and stuff like that are sending things to me. And I'm like, I'm not wanting to see that. No, thank you. Put me off my bloody dinner now. Oh. Pip, Xander's like, see if he needs a nap. He screams as if he's getting killed for about 2 minutes. He screams like that, and then he's out for the count. So it's like the last wee bit of energy he's got, he screams, and then it's just too much. But you can see him rubbing his eyes. You know he's tired. Oh. Well, I'm going to go, guys, anyway. I've been on nearly an hour. We should do that tomorrow. Let's have a poll. I should make a poll up here. But yes, we need age limits for D-pics. We do. And I'm not talking about, like, well, obviously consenting adults, but I'm talking about, like, in their later years, should they be allowed to send D-pics when they're 60 and stuff like that, or should they just keep it in the pants? I'm thinking keep it in there. Keep it in the pants. I don't want to see it. No, thank you. Oh my goodness, Pip. I bet he looks like an angel though, because he's napping. Right, guys, I'm away, but I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be prettier than I am today. Obviously, I'm going to maybe get out. I can see a wee bit of sunshine, so I might get out to sit today, which will be nice. So have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Bye, everyone.